New Concept English Book 2, Lesson 6, Percy Buttons. First listen and then answer the question, who is Percy Buttons? I have just moved to a house in Bridge Street. Yesterday, a beggar knocked at my door. He asked me for a meal and a glass of beer. In return for this, the beggar stood on his head and sang songs. I gave him a meal. He ate the food and drank the beer. Then he put a piece of cheese in his pocket and went away. Later, a neighbor told me about him. Everybody knows him. His name is Percy Buttons. He calls at every house in the street once a month and always asks for a meal and a glass of beer. Where has the writer just moved to? Where has the writer just moved to? What's the name of the street where the writer has moved to? What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? Who knocked on the door? Who knocked at his door? What did he ask for? What did he ask for? In return for what he asked for, what did the beggar do? After the beggar did this, what did the writer do? When the writer gave him this, what did the beggar do? After the beggar did this, what did he do? Who did the writer talk to later? Who did the writer talk to later? What did the neighbor tell the writer? What does the beggar do once a month? What does the beggar do once a month? When he does this, what does he always ask for? What does he always ask for? What's the name of the street that the writer has moved to? What's the name of the street? When did a beggar knock on his door? When did a beggar knock on his door? What did the beggar want? What did the beggar want? What was the beggar wanting to do in return for this? What was the beggar wanting to do in return for this? After the beggar stood on his head and sang songs, what did the writer give him? After the writer gave the beggar a meal, what did the beggar do? After the beggar ate the food and drank the beer, what did he do? What happened later? According to the neighbor, who knows the beggar? Who knows the beggar? What's the beggar's name? How often does the beggar call at every house? How often? Does the beggar always ask for the same thing?